Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Keene and Bellows Falls, and welcome to the feed. It's Mike and Marty. Today we're here with Charlie Jarras. We're going to be talking about the Flannel Festival, some other stuff happening around town maybe. And first we have Marty.
So I just wanted to follow through from last week. I did survive the acupuncture. No adverse side effects, and I haven't had a chance yet, but I'm pretty psyched to actually give Sojourners a call and schedule a session. So
neat.
I'll let you all know how that went, how that goes. At the Bellows Falls Opera House this week, Gran Turismo. I want to say Gran Torino because that's one of my favorite movies, but it's
But it's not that.
It's not. So don't get confused. It's not a Clint Eastwood movie. Gran Turismo, which I guess is actually based on a true story. It's a gamer that games this game and then has to drive in real life. So it seems pretty cool. Classic movie is Thelma and Louise.
That's a real
That
classic.
is a classic movie, Thelma and Louise. Sponsored by none other than Bill Stevens from Edward Jones. Good choice, Bill Stevens. So at the Opera House on Saturday is the third in the Ray Masuko concert series. It's Chris Smither and the Suitcase Junket. The doors open at 6:30 and the concert will start at 7:30. There are tickets still available, but even from looking last week when I checked it out to this week, I would get your tickets.
Get your tickets now.
There's the center section is pretty much sold out. There's still some good seats on the side, and there's some good seats left in the balcony. So, and the balcony seats, I think they're like $20 or $22. So, good deal. Happening on Thursday, that's tomorrow, is Overflow the Opera House. That is our place's one of their annual fundraisers. So you can either bring groceries and drop them off between 8 and 4, and they'll fill the seats in the Opera House. You can give them money to buy seats in the Opera House, or, and I didn't realize you could do this, and maybe I just forgot from last year, you can actually go on the Opera House website, bellsfallsoperahouse.com. You can click on events, and you can actually purchase a seat online.
Oh, neat.
I know,
Yeah,
they made it
that's-
like a
that's
no-brainer
the
to be
easiest
able
way
to
do
help
it. Yeah.
to help donate. And it is $21 if you purchase online because there's a $1 processing fee. On Saturday, also happening on Saturday, Main Street Arts is having the first in a series of teas. Like a high tea with sandwiches and tea and little desserts and stuff. You do have to make reservations. It did say on the site to try to make the reservations a week in advance so they know because they're limited to a certain amount of people. But I just happened to see it on the Facebook and I thought it was interesting. So I thought it might be too late to get into this one, but they're doing a series of teas. So I think that's kind of cool. $35 a person, sit and
Drink tea
eat
and cucumber
and
sandwiches.
Eat cucumber sandwiches with your pinky out and converse with other people that are doing the same thing. It's a nice social event. I'm sure it's a fundraiser too. And Sojourners Community Clinic, they're trying to figure out, and Sarah touched on this a little bit last week, how to better serve the community. So they're actually doing a survey. It's called Give 10, Get 10. If you go to their website, which is sojourns.org, you'll see a little button that says Give 10, Get 10. So if you give them 10 minutes of your time to fill out the survey and answer some questions about what you would like to see them offer and how you like their services that they have, you actually get a 10% coupon or gift, not coupon, but it's a coupon code to use at their apothecary.
Oh, that's good.
So
That's
pretty cool. So that's it. But you had an event last night. You want to talk just briefly about what you filmed last night and how people can watch it?
Well, if you don't know now that the Bellows Falls Diner is in the hands of a nonprofit, Charlie Hunter is running that nonprofit, and they're having a series of programs, and the second one was last night, and it was very good actually. It was a history of the Worcester Diner, mostly. There were other diners also talked about. And the guy that was there, he spent his life learning about diners, and his name was Richard Gutman, and on the history of the lunch cart. And it went from like the beginning, because I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. I don't know if you know that or not, but I was born and bred. And in fact, I grew up in a 3-decker right down the road from this company, Worcester Diner
Yeah.
Factory. And so as a kid, I used to go over to, there was a Worcester Diner that they had made right across the street from the factory. So I used to go there with my parents and stuff. So I have a sort of affection for diners. And I think a lot of people know that probably, or if you don't, I owned the diner from 1990 to 2003. During, I always call them the glory days of Bellows Falls, because you had the train, the tourist train running at that time.
Yeah.
Robert McBride was into his art thing, and there was a lot of great things happening. So I just happened to hit it right. And I think Bellows Falls is on that same level right now, that we're on the uphill. I mean, let's face it, right? I mean,
It's
there's
a good
lot
trajectory.
of so many positive things that are happening. And so for this restoration, I'm saying restoration of this diner, is going to be the right time to try to do it, you know, without a doubt. And it's not going to be ready, I guess, until 2025. But last night he went through the whole history of diners, of the Worcester Diner factory. And it's quite fascinating. And in fact, they showed a lot of pictures of Worcester diners that obviously I knew and that are still there. And so it really was to my heart that I felt it was really good. And there's going to be another one in November, and I am going to be there. I guess they're going to ask me to talk about my time of being a diner owner, and asking, like Keene, Nelson Coburn, who I bought it from, they're still with us. They live right down the street from me, and they say if they're feeling okay, they'll be there and give their history. Because there's been so much change in that just one little diner, that 32-seat diner. So, and that's going to be, you want to put it on your calendar, that's going to be November 9th at 7 o'clock at the library. And by the way, this is always happening on the 3rd floor of the library, which has an elevator. And it is a great room.
It is a good,
really
meeting room and presentation room. They have a good setup.
And the library wants other organizations to utilize that. So if you have something you would like to have, maybe, 30 people or 20 people, because it holds, 100 people, and they have chairs up there and everything. You would have to call the librarian first and the whole bit, because I talked to him. Because I'm involved with the Rockingham Meeting House Association now, and I think I would like to have some of our meetings there on the 3rd floor.
How do you have time for all this, Charlie?
You know what? You're right. Okay, but I only pick things now that I like.
Oh, there you go.
Instead
There
of
you
getting
go. Makes a
involved.
difference.
And that's what I tell people. If you want to get involved in something, okay, whether or not it's this diner thing, or the Rockingham Meeting House, or the Chamber of Commerce, or the Rotary, make sure you enjoy it. Don't do it as some
As an obligation
Come
or
on.
something.
Because it makes all the difference in the world. So for me anyway.
So you must enjoy the Flannel Festival then.
I do enjoy it. It's
A little segue
Little
there.
segue
Nice.
there.
well, I went to the Chester Festival, okay, and that was good. Don't get me wrong, that was good. But the Flannel Festival is so much better.
It actually is better. I mean, I've been to both.
I know.
The Chester is much more commercial.
Yeah,
It was like, I'm going through here to sell stuff. And the Flannel Festival is really entertaining. I mean, you have music going,
Yeah,
and
no, it's
things
good.
happening all the time.
Yeah,
and- I mean, you can buy stuff, but it's really much more of an entertainment. At least to me, I feel that way. It's open. It's almost like an old-fashioned fair or something.
I went to the Flannel Festival, the Chester Festival last week, right?
Yeah,
week.
so neat. So did I.
And I learned a lot of new things. Like, for the kids, they had those haystacks for, where kids could go through it, a maze.
Oh, okay.
That type
Yeah,
of thing.
uh-huh.
Like, and they had sheep herding, and, and the Flannel Festival.
I do that on a regular level. Maybe it's cat herding.
Yeah, cat herding. But, so it gave me a lot of ideas on maybe for the future. But, I want to just mention one thing before we go into the Flannel Festival. You were there, right down the park on the river.
Yes.
Okay, and that
Oh, the Slambovians?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, wow.
That was a great
Yeah.
location for a concert.
And I think, other organizations should look at that park for that purpose.
Yeah, kudos to Next Stage for having one up here because we didn't think they were going to, and then they figured out that space, and I think it's a great location for a concert.
Yeah, I agree.
I think any organization could probably look into that. And the Bellows Falls Historical Society runs that, right?
Correct. Yep.
So they would have to, an
Have to approve
organization would
you.
have to get in touch with them and then go from there. And you've got the wonderful Adams Gristmill down there too. So you've got a lot going on, and they do a great job in that park.
They do. There is a lot. I hadn't been down there in a long time, and I went down last week, and they've really added some nice features down there. That little bump out, it's like a little deck. It bumps out into like a little pond area.
It's spring, it doesn't
does
never
that-
freezes.
Oh, is that what that is?
It
Okay.
it never freezes even in the winter.
There were some zucchinis and Squamish squash floating in it, so somebody must have dumped their, I don't know, anyway, popcorn. But anyway, and they just
That's where
added some.
all these zucchinis
That's
come
where
from.
the zucchinis come from. They come from that spring.
The
big ones.
Solve that mystery.
But no, it's a lovely spot, and they work hard to keep it and to keep adding to it. And I think it was a great concert spot.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Very good. And
It was a good concert. I like those
Slambovians
guys.
were good.
And one girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tink.
they were good. I mean, it was. I hope somebody brings them back. Again, maybe next year up at the Flannel Festival,
There you go.
or maybe the Flannel Festival should be down there. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
who knows?
I know.
Or maybe something that's smaller, because I think parking would be a situation obviously down there. Okay, but if you had a smaller thing, during the summer, whether or not it's done by the Rotary or done by the Chamber or done by BIFTA should do it. That's who I think should do it. And have something down there, so, and anyway, I was
We
very,
digress.
I was very impressed.
Yes.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any posters, but can you tell us who's going to be the music at the Flannel Festival?
I should, right? I don't know. However,
It will be
It will be good.
no, I've seen pictures of them. Okay, because they have been putting some stuff up online, and
What do they look like?
well, there's this guy and girl that look really good. I mean, I go by appearances, but
It's hard.
they're all dressed.
You don't know how they sound, but they look really good.
We had the ones that guy. I don't know if you noticed that guy that was at the Chester Festival. Did you hear him singing? But anyway,
I did hear one guy singing, yeah.
he was so good. I mean, he sang songs from other artists, obviously,
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
sang his own stuff. But all by himself, he really knew
Must have
guitars.
seen the scene.
He was good, and it's funny because artists are artists. But a lot of them, they're so I can only play an hour and a half, and that's it, that type of thing. This guy says, well, how long do you play? Well, I usually play just an hour and a half, 2 hours, but I can play up to 4 hours.
There you go. That's what you
I
want.
like you.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but let's face it, they're always good. And I think the Stockwell brothers are definitely going to be back.
They're always a draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll always be back. But I think there's 2 in each day, right?
Yes,
There's
usually
2 on
in
each day.
the afternoon. I
Yeah.
think like from 12. I think they start at so it opens at 11, right? And I think they start at noon. Is that the usual pattern? I think. I know I was in the booth working the coffee booth all last year, so I wasn't paying attention to what was going on outside. But I think they start about an hour after the gates open. It gives people time to come in, and I think that's what they do.
Yeah, I think they
It's definitely
actually,
2 bands each day.
Yeah, 2 bands each day. And I think I have a funny feeling that those girls, I can't think of their name.
Breakmaid. Is it Breakmaids?
Breakmaids, yeah.
Yeah.
They were good.
They were good.
Yeah.
But the other one, the
Low Lily?
ones?
The
Low Lily?
Low Lily.
Low
I
Lily.
think they may be there too. Again, I like them. I don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
Debbie and the Downers
Never
were
mind.
there, right?
Huh?
Was it that? Was
Debbie
it
and the
that?
Downers was the year before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the music is good, and hopefully that group from Springfield, the Springfield Fiddle
Oh,
people.
I like them a
Okay,
lot.
I think more than likely some of them will be there. I remember the first year there was
They
like
were-
12 of them.
Yeah, they were great.
They were great, and I'm pretty sure that they have other people entertaining the people down by the vendors and stuff like that. And I have that other open field now, so hopefully they're going to utilize that also. There's a
Down
little
where the
bridge.
weddings are? Down at,
Yeah. But there's a little bridge that goes over
Yeah,
to another
yeah.
field. Okay.
Oh, so there's an even more expanded area this
There's
year?
more
Nice.
expanded for vendors, and and because it's up a little bit, so you could actually see over that it's there and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
But they never took my opinions. But anyway,
I actually hope the I don't know the name of the group, but the witches come back.
They were really
a
fun
hoot.
too. Yeah.
They were so much
They-
fun. They
they
came
were
on
good.
Sunday last year.
yeah.
Yeah, they did their little thing, and that was good. So yeah, there's always lots. Oh, there they are! Yay! There's always lots going on, no matter what.
And that I had them sitting there because it says I don't know if I can say it from here, but it says affordable wedding venue, because that's really what Rockingham Farm is all about. Although I've been doing other things there like celebration of life and things of that sort, and I've done 2 corporate parties.
Oh,
they
nice.
have a little
Really?
party, for their the employees. So. Little by little, and that's one of the reasons why I love the Flannel Festival being there, because a lot of people see it that
Yeah,
they wouldn't even know it existed.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of spending, and word of mouth is definitely the best way to publicize yourself, without a doubt. Having a good reputation, and look at that place. I mean,
Yeah, it looks
I
great.
mean, look at how scenic that is, and what makes it is the silos. I mean, without a doubt. People say, "Well, what are you going to do with the silos?" I say,
Nothing.
just keep them. We light them up at night, for weddings and stuff. So I think maybe you should keep on showing some more pictures, and you can get a sort of sense of what if you've never been to the Flannel Festival, because it is. And it's only for 5 hours each day. It's not like it's.
No, it's not. It's not. Like I think craft fairs and things like that usually go for quite a length of time. Like the Chester one is like more like eight or nine in
Yeah,
the morning.
yeah.
Is it that long?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But so the things people need to know is it is Saturday, October 14th, and Sunday, October 15th, 11 to 5 on Saturday and 11 to 4 on Sunday. You don't have to wear flannel, but there will be a high percentage of flannel wearing.
you get a discount if
You
you
get
wear
a
a
discount. You get
flannel,
$1
I
off
think
your
they're doing that
ticket.
this year. I think they're going to give $1 off for anybody
Yeah,
that wears
that's
flannel.
last year.
And
Yep.
you can wear a flannel tie. It doesn't have to be a flannel pants or a flannel
Nope.
shirt. It can be a flannel bow tie, because they make everything out of flannel too. And I don't know if Vermont Flannel is going to be there or not. Originally, the first year they had it, they were the
Yeah.
big sponsor for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And they've gone through a lot of change in their time, especially because of COVID. So I have no idea whether or not they'll be there. But there are going to be a couple of vendors with flannel, as I understand it. So
And then there's some good local food vendors. Yeah.
there's the girl that was there with some flannel last year, I think it was. And so there will be, because there was a number of people coming and said, geez, I want to buy flannel. I had
Yeah.
no idea so many people wanted to buy flannel.
Well, I think that was the very first year. That was kind of the pitch that got people
Yeah,
there, because the
yeah.
first year people didn't really know about it. So and so it was nice that Vermont Flannel did.
Oh,
Have
no,
a big booth
absolutely.
that year.
Yeah, no.
But I don't think they have. I don't think they did last year or the year before. I
No,
don't
they
think.
didn't. No,
Yeah.
no, they weren't. During the pandemic, a lot of
probably
those
got hit.
companies really struggled
Oh, yeah.
just to stay aboard and pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that Vermont Flannel is a real great company to have in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's happened? I heard Vermont Flannel has teamed up with Vermont Teddy Bears.
Oh, really?
Remember,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they've teamed
Out of
up
Winooski,
together.
yep.
So now they're working together, which is a great idea.
Mm-hmm. So maybe there'll
Yeah.
be teddy bears in flannel.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah,
You have to go. I mean, you have to go if you want to see what's really going to happen. We're just teasing you today.
Yeah.
We're just giving you teasers.
And there's going to be some new stuff. I wish they gave me a list of of what the new stuff is.
Yeah.
Julie called me. She's the one that's really running it from Holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And she called me. She said, "Got a lot of vendors," and I didn't talk to her. She just
Yeah.
left it, on my email. And so they're excited about it.
Sure.
So we should be excited about
Well,
it.
they'll be there.
And,
They're always there. Holidays is always there.
Holidays.
Holidays, sorry.
There's always pie.
There's always pie.
The pie's the big thing.
Pie's the big thing?
I felt sort of bad because I was at the Southern Pie, in Chester. Have you had their pie?
I have had their pie.
Wow.
It is good.
Holy mackerel. So I says, we have, because I forgot that that's a part of the chamber fundraiser. They do the pies and stuff. But, and and their pies, well, I shouldn't say that. But anyway, I talked to the owner and at the pie, and I says, geez, you may want to think about, being at the Flannel Festival. So I gave her my card and stuff, and told her to call the chamber and stuff. And so anyway, pies are hot.
Mm-hmm. And they have a pie contest, and that's like the best part. And you've entered before, haven't you? Haven't you guys
I've
entered?
Sue's entered.
Sue,
Sue
that's
won.
what I
Got
thought.
second place. My son got second place. Yeah.
And it's quite
good.
I mean, last year they had the table was chocker block full.
Yeah,
They must
yeah.
have had like 20 pies last year, 25 pies that were entered, all kinds of different pies. And I know that the people that were judging, it took them a long time to decide. They had a lot of pies to taste, and then they sell the pies afterwards. So that's the really cool thing. So you get to try some really different creations. Like, it's not just traditional apple pie or pumpkin pie. That's available for sure, but you get to try somebody's. Like, I think the winner last year was actually Kathleen Gavatsky, and she used one of the holidays.
It was like a cheese
it was
cake filling with
caramel, like I think
caramel
something. So it was like salted caramel,
Yeah.
and it looked
People
quite lovely.
people are into eating.
They are.
I mean, the food vendors do
Food vendors
very
are
well
good.
up there. They have lines and stuff, and I think they're thinking about having maybe a few more food vendors there also. You think about all the things that go on that particular day, and there are groups of people. For instance, Darlene that opened up Papalos, from Pizza Stone. Okay, she always comes with a group of like 12 to 15 people. In fact, one of the pictures that you'll probably see is Darlene with her crew, and it is sort of nice if you do have a crew out there, right? All going together. And by the way, this year,
Is that them?
yeah, that's her. That's the crew. That's the crew having a great time. And Josh Hearns is going to be providing the liquor this year.
Nice. Good.
Which is good because he's very familiar. Barnaby's, if everybody remembers Barnaby's back in the day. So he'll be up there, serving booze,
Oh, good.
beer and whatever else, and stuff like that.
They did good last year with the Mount
Holly.
Holly. That was really good beer.
They did a great job, and unfortunately, you can't. I don't think have two.
Yeah, probably. Not.
People. There's the Mount Holly one, and their beer was pretty good. I'm not a beer drinker, and I did. They gave me a beer, and I said, well, okay, I'll try it. And it was pretty well. And more than likely, Josh is going to set up in the same area also. And you can see the color that particular.
Last year was gorgeous.
I mean, no matter where you look, and if you're really into maybe wanting to take photographs of your family and stuff like that, Rockingham Hill Farm
There you go.
is the place to take photographs, without a doubt. I mean, there are hundreds of different scenes you can take in photographs, and that you're a photographer, so you're taking some great photos. In fact, is Fact TV going to be represented this year?
I'm sure they will. Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Alex gave us a thumbs
Alex, he's
up.
giving us the thumbs up.
Okay.
So,
One of the things I liked that you did, I think it was you one year, is the little helicopter, the
Drone.
The drone. Okay.
Yeah, I flew my drone around a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I would like, if you could, okay, can you bring it down lower and get closer shots of the people? I mean, are you that talented with it? Are you any good with it?
You put me on the spot here, Trevor.
Yeah,
I just
no
know people
pressure.
get
But luckily,
uncomfortable.
we only got about a minute and a half left, so
People get uncomfortable when
They
you
do.
fly the drone close to them.
freaks people
Well,
out.
no,
'cause
no,
Yeah.
not down in their face. No. I would say, maybe with the height of the ceiling type of thing. I mean, you don't have to do it all the time, but just come,
passes,
pass.
as long as they don't think it's a bat and whack it.
Yeah.
So
no.
we are literally down to just about a minute. So let's remind people when it's going to be. There's going to be Saturday the 14th, Sunday the 15th. Music, check. Food, check. Great location, check. And it's a natural amphitheater because you have that bank right where the music is, so it's beautiful. And the music is always near the beer, so it's very convenient. And that's near the pie, so that's very convenient.
And the
Parking,
coffee.
you've expanded the parking, so that's much easier now in out. So you said you have an extra field, so there might be extra vendors. And if you don't want to pay to get in, they are looking for volunteers. So you can
That's
sign
true.
up on the
They
chamber
need
website.
volunteers.
You just have to put in, I believe, a minimum 2 hours of work over the weekend, and you get to be admitted to the Flannel Festival.
You get a free piece of pie?
And if I don't know about that, I won't commit to that because I don't want
That's a
to.
good
I
incentive.
don't want to have to be paying for the pies because I committed them to it. So any
Okay.
last thoughts?
Any last thoughts, Charlie?
No, I'm all set.
You going to come back and talk a little bit about the diners, maybe in the fall?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, anytime you'd like to talk about the diners, and I can bring in others, a couple of other people that may have been at the diner or owned the diner.
That's
So,
that'd be fun.
it's sort of a, really upbeat type thing. 'Cause, I noticed that the Bellows Falls Historical Society is doing a really great job. I gotta say, on Facebook and stuff, they're putting a lot of cool stuff up. And we could talk about this for, another half hour, but we won't.
We
I'm
won't.
just
We're already
giving
out of time.
kudos to the Bellows Falls Historical
Okay.
Society.
All right.
Great. Well, that's it for this week. We'll
See you next week.
Next week. Bye.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and